Hi, this is Stan Matthews, host of the Matthews TV broadcast and founder of the Inner Circle Professional Network. It takes a village to raise a child and a community to build healthy, wealthy businesses, professional practices, and community organizations. The Matthews TV broadcast enables urban consumers like you to support urban business owners, professionals, nonprofits, and community organizations that provide career opportunities, create jobs, and make urban communities great places to live, work, and raise a family. So please continue to watch the Whole Person, Whole Community broadcast on Sunday evenings at 7 p.m. at www.thematthewsbroadcast.com. And oh yeah, tell 10 friends to watch the broadcast too. Heartfelt thanks for your continued friendship and support. Who are those people? You know, the guys playing golf in the middle of the day, the women wearing $1,000 shoes in the high-end cafes, the kids in ripped jeans driving a $200,000 sports car. This is Stan Matthews, host of the Matthews Small Business Broadcast. Super successful people use leverage. They work smarter, not harder. They enjoy multiple streams of income, and they own their own businesses. Interested? The good news is we can show you how. Call us now. The Matthews TV broadcast spotlights urban business owners, professionals, nonprofits, and creative artists and enables them to tell their success story and get the new clients, strategic connections, and community support they need to prosper and succeed. With our audience of more than 500,000 subscribers, 500 Inner Circle strategic partners, and the Comcast Xfinity premium promotional channels, including the Oprah Winfrey Network, BET, Lifetime, and the Hallmark Family Network. So step into the spotlight for business success right now and book your spotlight or legacy interview by calling us at 732-357-5701 or booking your reservation at www.thematthewsbroadcast.com.
Hi, I'm Mayor Baraka of Newark, reminding you to shop urban and shop local to save time and money, get a higher level of customer service, create jobs, and build stronger families and communities. Remember to shop urban, shop local, and shop Newark.
Remember to shop urban, shop local, and shop Newark.
Okay, good. All right, welcome to the Matthews broadcast this evening. I'm Stan Matthews, and I'm joined by Dr. Yolanda Lewis-Ragland and one of our entrepreneurs, Mr. Paul Joseph. And so, as you know, the Matthews Broadcast and Network is an organization that shares with urban consumers in New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania, Delaware, and Maryland outstanding entrepreneurs, professionals, and creative artists in their own community so that we can bring the two together. Our first guest is a young gentleman who creates his own products, right? And his awesome products came as a result of his pain, right? And I don't have to tell any woman that's here or at home, right? There's a word that says a woman, when she is with child, in travail, but when the baby comes, joy, right? So, Gene, you and I never had the blessing of being able to birth a child, but from what I understand, it hurts. Just a little bit. And I've got a pediatrician sitting here that can be a witness. And so, Paul, birthing your company came with some pain, right?
Yes.
Because he had some real issues with his skin. That his pain resulted in power because he went inside and got it from the divine, what he should do about it, and he came up with a natural set of products to cure himself, right? So this physician healed himself. So with me tonight, as usual, here in the Maryland, D.C. market is the one and only Yolanda Lewis-Ragland, a nationally recognized double board certified pediatrician, also a concierge weight loss expert, right? Also a member of Delta Sigma
Don't
Theta
mess that up.
sorority. I don't want the ladies in red mad with me.
Don't mess that up.
A nationally acclaimed speaker, right? Done everything from speak at universities to on cruise ships. And so she's with us tonight to ask Paul a few questions so that we get to know his product and him better. Dr. Ragland, so
Absolutely. So this is such an honor. And what I wanted to piggyback on is what Stan said, is not only did you reach in for, and tap into your power to come up with these products, but what I love about it is that you then sharing it with others, you're enriching others' lives who also might be experiencing similar pain or other types of pains and things that can that they can actually experience the same bliss in this cure. What is very interesting is as you were talking, Paul was putting his little product together,
Yeah.
and he said, "My babies," and I thought that is so funny. You just talked about when you birth this idea and you're giving birth to something, and he honestly looks at his products, and we all should when we come up with ideas and things that help others. That these are the things that we create, and the Creator has given these to us, and then we share with others. But these are His babies. So, with that being said, we're going to start your interview. So Paul Joseph, tell us a little bit about your product.
Yeah, so my company is called Vegan Skin. I'm the founder and CEO of the company, of course. I created the products initially to heal my own skin. I was diagnosed with the skin disease that doesn't have a cure. It's actually autoimmune. It's called hidradenitis suppurativa. And every time I tell people the name of the disease, they're always looking at me like, well, what is that? Like, how do you even pronounce that? Can you say it again? So I had the same response when I received the diagnosis at 23. I was in graduate school. I had been battling the disease since I was 17, but no doctors could figure out what was going on. I was in and out of the emergency room. And so finally, a group of nurse practitioners in the Student Health Center said, you know what, we're really going to help you, after I had a boil that had drained so deeply in my skin and created a sinus tract so deep that when they lanced it and they drained it, it filled a quarter of a cup worth of pus, and they had to pack 2 feet worth of gauze into the wound. And that was when I finally got the medical community's attention, when they said, we have to help this guy. And so they give me the diagnosis, and they sit me down, they say, the good news is we know what it is finally. We have a diagnosis for you, which was something I've been waiting for quite some time. And then that's when they hit me with the bad news and said, we don't know how to treat it. There's no cure for it. We're not really sure how to help you. We can give you antibiotics. Maybe we can give you some topical Hibiclens. But the best thing you can do is find yourself a support group. It's degenerative. It's going to worsen as you age. A lot of people who have the disease end up becoming reclusive from society. And unfortunately, there aren't any research dollars that go into the disease because it's not fatal. So they considered it an orphan disease is what they told me, and they kind of wrote me a prescription and said good luck. And so as the doctors had predicted, the disease progressively got worse throughout my 20s. By the time I was 29 years old, I had anywhere from 15 to 25 surgeries performed on my skin. I was just really tired. Half my body was completely covered in boils and cysts. I would drain blood and pus all day. I couldn't work for a few years. It was just honestly the lowest point that I've ever been in my life. And the night before my 30th birthday, while lying on the floor of my best friend's empty house, I contemplated ending my life. And that was the moment when I said to myself, Paul, you can't get any lower than this. Like, I had a friend who committed a suicide a year and a half before that, and I really struggled to understand how he could psychologically get to that point. And now here I was a year and a half later in that same position, having to choose whether or not I was going to live or whether or not I was going to die. And that was when I heard God's voice the loudest, and it was like, get up. Right. Get up right now. You can do this. You can figure it out. Now that you understand that there's only so much that humans can do, you're going to rely solely on me, and we're going to get through this together. And so I picked myself up off the floor literally, and I got to work utilizing my skills as a researcher. I was fortunate enough to attend UCLA as an undergraduate. I have a master's degree from Tufts University as well. So I said to myself, I'm a thinking, living academic. I can do this. I have faith. I can figure this out for myself. And so I started digesting medical journals and finding as much information as I possibly can, reading books. I knew that the solution was going to be natural. I had tried all the pharmaceuticals that they had given me. I was taking them. A lot of them exacerbated the condition. I even had doctors suggesting that I take bleach baths. I mean, it was getting a little bit crazy with some of the recommendations that they were making, even to the point where they wanted to put me on anti-seizure medication at one point. And I said, but I'm not having seizures, you know, like this is a little crazy. So just after doing the research, I stumbled upon a unique combination of ingredients, of plant-based ingredients, that when I began applying them to my skin, it began working. I also knew that a big part of my healing was going to come from actually talking about the disease and opening up about it. I was really suffering in silence, didn't want to tell anyone, came out on Facebook and told friends and family, also penned an open letter through email and said, this is what I've been experiencing. And people got curious not only about the disease, but about the products that I created. I was like, well, what is that you created? And, well, can I try some of that? And then people would come home, come to my house, and they would go in the bathroom, touching stuff that doesn't belong to them. I could smell it all in the hallway, like, yeah, my stuff, this is my medicine. They'd be like, well, what is this? This feels really good. And then people started offering to pay for the products and saying, can you make this for me? And they would give me the money.
So let's go to that.
Yeah.
Quickly. So the value, the unique value of your products, because we are limited by time. So what is the value of your products? So what are besides hydrogenitis suppurativa, which is definitely
It's a mouthful.
Yes.
And could explain it to you all later. But besides that, what are some of the other conditions that you have found that this works with in terms of like the value that offers to others?
Yeah, so I have a lot of customers who who use the products for a number of different skin issues and skin ailments. It'll definitely help to soften your skin, brighten your skin, tighten your skin, really good at evening out your skin tone as well, and also giving you a really healthy glow with your skin. The whole thing about the products is that they have anti-inflammatory properties, also super rich in linoleic acid, so they absorb into the skin really well. So if you have like acne-prone skin, if your skin is prone to breaking out, it'll really help to smooth out your skin and even out your skin tone. And you can rest assured that you're using something that's beneficial for your skin without turning and looking at the back of the label and seeing all these ingredients that you can't pronounce. You're like, what is this? There's 16 syllables in this word, or you see a list of 35 different ingredients, and by the time you get to ingredient number 8, you're completely worn out. All the products have less than 10 ingredients in them, super concentrated, so you don't need a lot. And really, the reviews online that we have on our website and also on our Facebook page really speak for themselves. I mean, when customers experience the products, the one thing that they like about them is that they experience results really fast. The first time you put them on your skin, you notice a difference and see a difference in your skin.
Tell us how we can reach you so that we can get in touch with you or get to your products. And I'm just going to add to this, I say all the time as a physician, food and natural things really are what can heal us. 90% of what we face really between nutrition and using natural products and using plants and plant-based things can really take care of most of our illnesses. So I really appreciate and love the fact that that's what you went to, is this natural process. So just tell the people how to get in touch with you so that they can get your products or they can reach you and contact you about something that they might have to, deal with.
Awesome. Yes, I love when people reach out to me. So you can catch us on the web, of course, and come shop with us at www.veganskin.shop. You can also follow us on Instagram. We definitely have lots of pictures up there, so definitely follow us at veganskin_. And you can also catch us on Facebook too as well at Vegan Skin by Paul Joseph. Absolutely.
Right. Awesome. Thank you so much, Paul.
Of course.
And everybody go to that website so we can would you say get our skin tight?
So you can get that vegan skin glow everybody's been talking about. Yeah.
Thank you.
I've never heard the word vegan skin glow before, but I trust that it exists.
Yes.
He has it.
Hi, this is Stan Matthews. Welcome back to the Matthews broadcast. We are joined in this segment by Mr. Gene Poole, the chairman of the Matthews Business Network here in the state of Maryland. And we're also joined by Mr. Francois Chambeau, a CPA in the state. And I'm going to ask Mr. Gene Poole to ask Francois a few questions so those who are here with us tonight can get to know him better, and those at home can also avail themselves of his services.
Okay. Good evening, Francois.
Good evening.
Good to have you on the Matthews Broadcast
I'm glad
Group.
to be here.
I always like to give people full disclosure. Francois happens to be a partner of mine in my business, in the healthcare business. A good friend and partner. And I'll share one other thing about him that he would never tell you. This is a 5th degree black belt in karate. Wow. And he's fluent in 5 languages. Wow. So Francois is very well educated, highly skilled. If you ever want to talk to someone at a very high level when it comes to taxation, this is the man you want to know.
Well, now that you've told us that he's also an accomplished martial artist, our poet, Danny Queen, has a poet that says, "Pay me my money." Remember Danny had that money?
I'm not a very good bouncer.
So Danny says in that poem, don't pay me part, don't pay me 50%, pay me all my cash. And Francois says, or I'm going to put my foot dead in. No, that's not Francois, that's me. But he probably could do some foot business. He's a high degree martial artist. Go ahead, Gene.
Okay, with that being said, so what we're going to do, I want to pretend like I don't know you. So I'm going to ask you a few basic questions.
Right.
Okay, just for our listening audience, Francois, what is the name of your organization?
My organization's name is Tax America. Mm-hmm. And beyond that, I would like to say, as Stan explained, I'm a CPA. So my background is taxation, but I do beyond that.
Okay. In terms of being a CPA, what is your unique value proposition? We have lots of CPAs, but what's unique about what you feel you do that makes you different, a cut above what we see out there?
Well, we had a doctor here a moment ago, Dr. Ragland. When you go see a doctor, they don't just give you a prescription. They don't just try to cure you, but they want to understand who you are and how you are. They become your friend, they become your confidant, because they're going to give you some prescription later. That's the same thing that I do. That is, I want to know you, I want to develop a relationship, because what I'm going to give you is not just going to be your taxes, it's going to affect your future beyond that transaction. And so I look to see small businesses as partners. We just heard Stan talk about Shop Urban. I'm already doing work on the urban community, because beyond doing taxes, I want to be able to say, this is where you stand as you contemplate your future financially. Can we educate you as to what is it that you're doing or you're not doing that can prepare you for a stable, independent future? Mm-hmm. And so to that extent, I see families in situations where beyond taxes, I talk about how you're going to finance your child's education, where you're going to find the money, scholarship and grant, so that you're not on the hook for that years later. How is it that you're going to protect yourself from long-term care needs if you should get to that situation? What are your numbers when it comes to your retirement? And can we talk about how is it that you view your retirement in terms of numbers that would take you there instead of getting to age 60 and then you're wondering where you are? So we talk about that. And on the other hand, we can talk about protection as well. So every time I talk to people, they see me as the accountant, but I want to go beyond that and help my people, my community, to be financially independent.
So I take it that you must have some sort of financial analysis that you guys do when you meet people, or how does that work?
Exactly. When I sit with you, we want to take some data on your situation, and not unlike what the doctor would do when they take your weight, check your blood pressure, ask you about things like bowel movement, check, open your tongue. But I'm going to ask you those questions and gather those data so that I can issue a financial need analysis. It is only then that we can see what is it that we can give you in terms of education, so that you can understand what is the breadth of services that we can offer you. Mm-hmm. That's where I go.
Okay. So if we were to give you a referral, what type of person or business are you looking for? What would be a great referral for your Tax America?
The last time I was here, I talked about everybody. But the sweet spot is into small professionals. We work hard to make our money. but we do not think about how we're going to keep that money. What are the strategies that you have to keep that money? How much is it that you pay Uncle Sam? And how is it that you can legally turn that money back into yourself and prepare for future? Why is it that you have to go to the bank every time you need money? Can you prepare yourself so that you can, instead of putting all those interest expenses that you're spending, that you turn them into asset, into an estate that you're building for your family? One of the biggest problems we have in the community is every generation comes and leaves the next one even poorer. Can we reverse that? So I'm talking to small professionals because we have to affect people where we can get results and speak to those results to get the rest of the population. I would say I talk to everybody but business professional.
So what you're saying is that it does us no good to work so hard if we don't generate any generational wealth.
No.
Definitely.
We die, everything dies with us.
If you look at every community, as an immigrant, I've watched communities in America unlike what people will watch. I keep saying, and I'm going to be a little bit, what will I say, open here. Most other community that we have in the country, let's talk about the region, do not work for other communities. We are what we say the client for everybody, but we don't buy from ourselves.
That's right.
That's the reason why Shop Urban makes sense. And so if we cannot heal ourselves, we are bleeding cash. If we cannot promote ourselves, we do not grow. And then we're always going to, I'm going to say, politicians who don't care about us except for getting the votes. But can we be strong so that we can command your respect, so that they can come to us instead of we going to them?
Excellent. So in terms of us being proactive, what is the best way we can reach you? What's the number we can reach you on to talk about this deeper so we can get some help?
Well, I'm part of the small business group, the Small Business Pro. And if you want to reach me, you can go to I believe the number is 301-586-6064. 301-586-6064. That's the Small Business Pro.
Thank you very much. Deeply
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you for the time.
Thank you
Thank you,
so
Stan.
much for coming. So we found out a lot more about our friend, Mr. Francois Chambeau. One of the things that has just caught my eye very recently that I was reflecting on with my family just last night, right, is the presence of Africans on the stage, on the national stage right now. It is sharing with us that our family is international in scope and very powerful around the globe,
Yep.
right? And so I'm not a Golden State Warriors fan because I'm a LeBron James fan, as my son knows. And the Golden State Warriors are as close to a juggernaut as there ever has been. But Golden State lost last night.
Oh,
And I was quite happy last night. Jerry's still laughing over there. Elijah's still upset, right? But here's what was more significant to me. On the Toronto Raptors, two of their most significant players, Serge Ibaka, is Nigerian, and the star of last night,
Siakam.
right? Pascal Siakam is from Cameroon, right?
Which is where Francois is from.
Here's what's more important. The person that put that team together and persuaded their star player, Kawhi Leonard, to come north of the border to Toronto, Canada, is the general manager, who is a brilliant 48-year-old businessman and lawyer, who's their general manager, and he is from Nigeria. Right?
Wow.
This, to me, was a double treat. You know, I was messing with my son a little bit about who won the game. Wasn't a real treat for me. I'm saying to myself, at this time, when the human being who occupies 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue described African nations as S-hole countries on the international stage, here was some handsome, strong, bad brothers doing their thing, and then Gene and I get to sit next to one of them named Francois Cameroon.
From Cameroon.
Yeah, don't get
And he's from Cameroon, that's right.
And he's from Cameroon as well, right? Our family is extraordinarily wealthy around the globe.
Yeah.
And Francois, I would just say this. Thank you for the positive things you said about Shop Urban. But Shop Urban needs to be a global concept. Because for this president of the United States to say what he said about our nations, let me be clear, I just wish I was standing right there, because I would have said to him, with all due respect, sir, who do you think made those nations S-whole nations? Everybody has gone into those countries and
Plundered.
taken everything.
Plundered.
And even taken us. They didn't just kidnap the minerals, they even kidnapped us.
To
How
this
you think
day.
we got here there?
To this day.
We didn't come here on a Viking cruise.
Nope.
Right, Danny? We didn't come here on a Viking cruise. Somebody told us, you got somewhere to go with us, right? So we know how wealthy we really are, and we know what other people's role has been in us not being able to use our wealth on a global basis for ourselves. So thank you, Francois, for enlightening us. I am truly appreciative of what you do, my brother, and also talking to us about
you.
building wealth.
Hi, this is Stan Matthews, host of the Matthews TV broadcast and founder of the Inner Circle Professional Network. It takes a village to raise a child and a community to build healthy, wealthy businesses, professional practices, and community organizations. The Matthews TV broadcast enables urban consumers like you to support urban business owners, professionals, nonprofits, and community organizations that provide career opportunities, create jobs, and make urban communities great places to live, work, and raise a family. So please continue to watch the Whole Person, Whole Community broadcast on Sunday evenings at 7 p.m. at www.thematthewsbroadcast.com. And oh yeah, tell 10 friends to watch the broadcast too. Heartfelt thanks for your continued friendship and support.
Who are those people? You know, the guys playing golf in the middle of the day, the women wearing $1,000 shoes in the high-end cafes, the kids in ripped jeans driving a $200,000 sports car. This is Stan Matthews, host of the Matthews Small Business Broadcast. Super successful people use leverage. They work smarter, not harder. They enjoy multiple streams of income, and they own their own businesses. Interested? The good news is we can show you how. Call us now. The Matthews TV broadcast spotlights urban business owners, professionals, nonprofits, and creative artists, and enables them to tell their success story and get the new clients, strategic connections, and community support they need to prosper and succeed. With our audience of more than 500,000 subscribers, 500 Inner Circle strategic partners, and the Comcast Xfinity premium promotional channels, including the Oprah Winfrey Network, BET, Lifetime, and the Hallmark Family Network. So step into the spotlight for business success right now and book your spotlight or legacy interview by calling us at 732-357-5701 or booking your reservation at www.thematthewsbroadcast.com.